you have to watch your breath, or you have to feel or sense your feet. And maybe that has grown, that I remember during the day more what I have to do, and also, of course, I remember when I forgot.
The movements will come, they have a new form, a new kind of teaching is in those movements. Tremendous potential. That new force will enter this yes, no. Aim, violation of aim. Aim, violation.
You know, 1 minute of lack of attention and self-remembering, and you're out.
Yeah. Aim, violation. Then something new will happen in this, and something will change. I think you could make another step.
I think there was a kind of development, but I'm not able to say how much.
Yeah, that's what real understanding is about. If you are what you understand.
But then you have a new ability to react to the life in a new way, in every moment new way.
Usually you think you understand something if you simply know the words you hear or read. Then you think, oh yes, I understand this, but you don't. It comes in and it goes out again. Nothing remains. You are not what you so-called understand.
Lord, have mercy. I am on. I wish to be
So you collect energy and try to make your mind up what you want, and you collect the energy for that.
And then I realized for myself that it didn't really mean anything in real life yet. I couldn't do anything with it. It was I was filled with words, and there was nothing I could do about it.
Because you realize the other things are quite limited, which I know so far, and you want the less limited things.
And so I had to find something else so that it would really be internalized and not only in my head.
And I think maybe the more you get of that, maybe you're more responsible you become with the things you are doing or which are done through you.
I wish to be Lord, have mercy. I am on. I wish to be Lord, have mercy.
Well, we are all beginners because in this process, if you think you have acquired something, you have to give it away. So you see something of life, and you think you understand, and the next moment it's gone. Because you don't have that energy anymore. There is nothing that you can take and put in your pocket. Because you will understand one moment and you will be bereft of understanding the very next.
You learn a lot about yourself. A movements class is a safe place where you can learn things that you can use in life. But in life you don't have this safe place where you can experiment, where you can push your boundaries, where you can say yes to some sort of inexperience.
This is a very difficult process, but you have to re-begin all the time.
In life you can get really hurt, but in a movements class you can learn.
It is difficult, but you should be vulnerable and you should look for the present moment.
And suddenly doors open, which I didn't know were there. And then they are there and you enter into new rooms of experience.
I remember we did a movement once, and when we finished it, there was a happiness in this group and a feeling together in this group what you seldom experience in your normal life, because this ego thing dropped off everybody, and we were just naked, what we were, what we are. And you could feel changing of energies between people just after this movement. And we sat very peacefully together by this fire, this in the house fire, how do you call it? Fireplace. Yeah. And everybody was silent inside and had respect for each other. Very, very interesting experience.
Yeah. Well, it was because it forced you somehow not to be you. It really took a major effort to get out of my normal functioning to be able to perform a simple movement.
Normally this does not happen in life.
It stops your inner dialogue, actually. You don't think anymore, and you're aware of that. You're aware of the fact that you're there, and you know that something is different.
I think perhaps movements give us a possibility to experience deeper human feelings you normally can't get in our subjective state. Hope, belief, thankfulness.
And it showed me at that point how fixed I was in whoever I thought I was.
These moments happen in most of the classes, and they have to do, as far as words go, there is a joint new awareness of what life is, a new form of dignity, what a human being is. You cannot see that in life at all. I only see that in movements classes.
A feeling of, this is what I'm here for.
And then these states, these inner states, they develop further. You get deeper into yourself while doing the movement. Actually, you're doing nothing. The movement continues. This is a very remarkable thing to experience.
This is what being human is also about. To be clear, to be centered, to be at peace, and awake. It's not a dreamy thing.
This happened only to me after a year, about after a year.
Even with the movements you've been doing over and over again, you keep on discovering new things in it. It remains new.
We experienced that we were supporting each other very well, and also that you experience a lot of love for each other.
I don't quite know how it happens and how it works. I just know it does.
Well, when people say that I am aware of the moment, then it means more that I am aware of my state of being part of something bigger.
It's maybe because you go into objective postures where your subjective side is in the way, so it needs to calm down to stay in its proper place.
And that's something that I have quite a bit, is being in control without exerting control.
You discover that there's more than you normally have, and then you get a kind of I don't want to say addicted, but you want that more.
There's always been, throughout the whole of my life, a basic feeling as such.
Feeling
that there is more.
And I would say that simply is that you hit upon a new octave of being together, really working together, experiencing the force that's in the movement, recognizing what the movement is for.
everybody you speak about the movements will admit this, that something arises in themselves, very fine, very subtle. You can't say this after doing one movement session or two movement sessions. It takes a year and a half, then you recognize this in yourself.
We are all fed by a new energy at such a moment in the class. It is simply, there is a substance.
So in one respect, it's frustration and awareness of how far away I am. On the other hand, at the same time, there is this desire to do it.
Well, the first thing you have to do, which will occupy you probably for the rest of your life, is who are you exactly?
Because I think we all have the same goal. The people who didn't have this goal have dropped out by the roadside, and I think the people who have remained all have the same goal. They're looking for the same thing.
And you can't know it by looking in the mirror or asking someone else, because nobody knows.
One of the rooms is quietness.
And you can't say, well, now I'm going to observe myself. Well, you only see what you want to see.
Where I become quiet, the me stops talking.
But if you really want that, then it's a very good experience to be exposed for yourself, actually.
You know that it's painful, but you just let it happen. And in the last week I experienced that, well, you have a difficult day, but most of the time the day after, there's so much energy that you can come through it.
And there's joy or a sense of freedom.
And you see in glimpses every now and then, you see exactly who you are, where you are.
And it solves your problem, and you're going to behave differently.
And I feel very much more like myself, like I am.
And the energy that's regenerated makes you that you can step back and look at the problem.
I think it's a different kind of awareness of myself.
And this is a fascinating process to see in a movement class, because it takes 2-3 hours to break through this ego structure And then suddenly this ego got enough punishment and it